What's up guys? In this video I'll be showing you the best tips I could come up with that will help players of all skill levels. There are going to be tips in here that you haven't heard before, or tips that you forgot about. Let's get into the video. Your ultimate goal is to get into your flow state, especially before tournaments. During this state you're playing to your full potential and you feel like you can destroy anyone. Following the last tip, make sure to warm up. If you're cold or have cold hands, put on a sweatshirt, socks, or even run your hands under some warm water. Trust me, you'll play a lot better with warm hands. If you're a comp player, try to learn how to be an IGL, fragger, and support player. It is important to learn all the roles, and it can help you to get better at the game. If you can't find a good duo or trio, learn how to dominate in solos, and then other good players will come to you. You need to be able to prove to others that you're actually good at the game before you find good teammates. If you're ever in a box with someone under your ramp, edit out one of the sides, and then edit the ramp for a god peek shot. Every time after you pickaxe a wall, pull out your shotty for a potential pre-fire, and it will make your opponent scared to make an edit on you. Always try to piece control from a window. This allows you to take way less damage. Try out simple edits. You can edit one window and place a cone in your opponent's box, and then use the Clerke's peek to safely eliminate your opponent. The best way to practice Mongraal classics is running around in circles, placing walls and stairs, and editing freely in creative. When you're able to do this fast, it feels really nice. Now I'm going to go over some ways to take your opponent's builds. When you're trying to take someone's wall, Mongraal Classic can friend the wall you want to take, and then shoot your AR to replace the wall. The most reliable method to take walls is as Strat 100T Arkham uses. Position yourself next to the box on a stair, and then you can whack or shoot their wall to replace it. Hit your opponent's box from several angles and never stop moving. You can confuse the other person by whacking many different walls. You can get 2 walls low either with your pickaxe or AR, then pickaxe a random one and replace it. Aim your pickaxe here to replace the floor, even when there's a cone on top. This isn't known by many players, and it will throw your opponent off. This is a great way to take your opponent's builds, especially when you have high ping. Always pickaxe your opponent's wall before you land in front of their box. This increases the chances of getting their wall, and will create the illusion that you're taking their wall a lot sooner. When you're low on health and have a lot of mats, don't be afraid to overbuild a little. This will give you the best fighting chance because you're using everything you've got. If you're a W king, don't land at the hottest place on the map. Go to a spot where only a couple teams go. You're going to be less tilted because it won't be all about RNG, and you're going to die a lot less. Learn all the ways you can exploit into someone's box. This is useful when they have 0 ping and are low on health. I made a video on this. First link in the description below. If you want to be completely silent when you sneak up on someone, crouch while aiming. Don't just crouch. If you get extremely tilted, go in creative and crank for a little, or take a break. Just don't break your setup. Punch a pillar or some soft object if you have to. Practice everything with right hand peeks. Learn more than peanut butter edits. These next few tips are for box fights. Don't just play defensive, and make sure you're actually going out of your comfort zone and W king. Try this set of edits the next time you box fight. This is a god peek in box fights, as your opponent with a peanut butter edit can't hit you, but you can hit them if you use it right. This tip is very useful and might not be known. If you hold your wall out, you can edit walls from a box away. This is useful for high ping players. If you have consistent shaky aim, lower your sense. This is the #1 sign that you have a sense that is too high for you. While in a fight, act like it's a creative fight. This will help you win the mental game. Don't sleep on your movement. Use death thrones if you have to, or practice movement with tunnels and side jumps. Speaking of side jumps, you want to learn elevated side jumps, as they are extremely protected, use a low amount of mats, and if used correctly, can allow you to take height within seconds. I've made a video in the past showing off an easy to learn, protected high ground retake, using side jumps, so check that out if you want. It's going to be the second link in the description below. Whenever someone is pushing, build a 2x1 for more angles. This will give you more space, and even if your opponent takes your wall, you can easily escape into your already made box. In early game, learn how to use natural cover, since you don't have very many mats to fight. If you get someone low, spray bullets at their wall, while moving forward to prevent them from healing, and also to buy time to get to their wall. Turn on auto open doors if you haven't already. If you mess up an edit and make a door, this will save you. Turn on edit on release. It allows you to edit twice as fast, and makes you an overall better player. Disable the pre-edit option. Pre-edits are used once in a blue moon, and most of the time they will cause you to mess up. If you want lower ping and higher frames, make sure replays are off. Turn on hold to swap pickup. This option can save you a little bit of time, and if you have scroll wheel pickup, just use a secondary keybind. Always put your weapons and heals in the same slot, so it will help you build muscle memory to know where your weapons are. I bet a lot of you know this by now, but you can break crystal rocks with the cone instead of pickaxing it. Once you break it, crouch up and down to reduce your chances of getting headshot sniped. When running in the open, strafe right and left instead of spam jumping. Spam jumping makes you easy to predict, so if you get sniped a lot, this may be why. Edit with your blueprints out as much as possible. It allows you to edit from farther away. For all edits, focus on doing the smallest movements possible instead of making large movements to edit. This will make your edits faster and more consistent. Whenever you get bored, learn more ways to free build, such as near retakes. Make sure to do all your mechanics from both sides, not just one. An example of this is the thwifo cone. You need to place walls in certain spots depending on where your opponent is. If you play for a long time, make sure your eyes are head level to your monitor. This is a must, as you don't want to have your neck all stiff. When learning to edit, learn to edit efficiently and consistently before trying to edit fast. Throw off your opponent by turning a wall that's already edited into a new edit without resetting the wall first. This is a skill you're going to need to know to stay ahead of the meta. When your shields get knocked off, make sure to go heal up before fighting again. This seems obvious, but it has happened so many times where players don't use their shields while in the fight and die because of it. The worst thing that can happen is having a lot of shields but not using them and dying to another player. Recently I've gotten a new mouse and I've upped my sense. I've been practicing using my own tips and my aim has gotten a lot better already. You're going to want to practice aim training for about 15 minutes a day for a week or two and your aim will get a lot better. If you want to check out my aim video, it is the third link in the description below. Reload as you jump to never lose momentum. Every second counts, especially in scrims and tournaments, and it's all about getting to a good position. When you're in creative, only use guns that are in real games. I'm guilty of this because I use pumps a lot, but that's just because I get clips easier with them. Whenever you reboot a teammate, make a little base out of hard mat so you can actually stay alive for at least a few seconds. This is the most important tip, and subscribing to my channel with post notifications on. I wouldn't do you guys like that. Here's the 50th tip. When you're high up, jump in a bush, haystack, or dumpster to take no damage. The last tip actually helps though. I post great tips and tricks as well as montages, and I put tons of effort into my videos, so subbing only helps you. I just gave you guys 50 tips in 7.5 minutes for Fortnite. I destroyed my voice during this video, so if you could simply comment, like, or sub, it would mean the world to me. You guys really don't know how much your support helps out. Also, I have an insane video planned for 100 subscribers, but that won't happen until I reach 100 subs. If you want to learn more tips or ask me questions, just comment down below and I'll get back to you. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. I hope you have a good rest of your day or good night.